everyone, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Just gonna run over there. We're currently, looking for the samurai. Yep.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
Well, that's an issue.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not so—
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you?
What? We heard the commotion and came to see—
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the— In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people—
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa.
Paimon, for the voice of reason.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, my own family can barely get by as it is. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree.
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I will perform certain things every month. And it's not just that. I have the—
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be— To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. Which is why I came here. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself.
Huh. He seems to be— But we better confirm. Let's go round up. We should be able to follow their tracks.
Atsuko, is she still okay?
Who?
Don't worry. Atsuko will be fine.
Oh, here. Why didn't you hop up in your glider earlier? I think these are the guys. Probably.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods.
You haven't seen anything yet. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on—
You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
Get him! No one escapes my sight! Windblade!
And what was that about?
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard. Come on, boss. Think of—
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
So what did you see inside?
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was— I didn't want anyone else to see it. But now that you've caught us, how about we make it—
You've got a deal. Now
Huh?
What the—
There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Yeah. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to— As for you guys, you're free—
Yes, of course.
Oh, he's got a name.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs.
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. over here? Okay.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you need. Or perhaps there's something you want to inquire about? Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it?
Whoa! Let's not get ahead. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently.
So that's how he was getting the. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions, Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them, so he deemed it necessary to take on.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions at his own expense. And no one ever appreciated what he did.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone that, of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. As for why he chose to spend his own money on a... If you're still curious, why don't you go... I see. That reminds me, it's most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to...
Sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? I've asked him about its origins. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking for. Oh, but before you go...
But we...
Information is also a kind... Don't worry. I won't charge much for information.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions are coming from. Let's go talk to Kurosawa again.
Probably won't. Isn't that kind of the theme here?
What are you doing here all by yourself?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left.
That seems kind of an extreme
It
choice.
turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything.
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you...
Strange. Is that I don't really have any such recollection. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put my... But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body... This sword was once wielded. I remember once when I was young. I wanted to sneak out with the blade. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore and said to me,
Hey, if you look carefully, can you recognize the words?
virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. But what use are virtue and justice? The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the irony of all of it is, I'm incapable of being a good person. Yet
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like... Fortunately for us, let's go find the...
Don't worry.
Over there. Sure, okay.
who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts.
I thought
Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive.
I thought we were going
This
to
is
the
his
Yashiro
dojo.
place, but I guess
Luckily,
not.
there's some people around.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought.
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never
It's just because he's been possessed. That's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be.
Hey there! Did something happen?
I mean, it's kind of the opposite of possession. He lost something. He's
Who
no
are
longer
you?
possessed of ambition.
I
Or
don't care
drive,
whether you're
I guess.
trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to...
Disciples.
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came up. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or
From the way you're dressed, please
Okay.
accept my apologies. We've had so many people. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, Sensei's name is Domon. A name though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He once said that his goal was to become and so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. But then,
Lost his
Not
drive.
long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He says the strangest things over and over. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's been possessed. But if I'm honest,
the Grand Narukami Shrine.
you haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine, not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami. So don't worry, Nanako. Since the exorcism will take place this evening. You're both.
So, losing your vision can cause possession?
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, when she asked him who the people were, it looked like he was in great distress. He was all the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew. Others, one of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. The ritual has now begun. Oh, please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch...
Wait, who are you? It's getting away. Got right after him.
Who's that sneaking around? We won't let them get away with it.
I said that. Aha! It's not there.
Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta be him!
How did you catch up with me so quickly?
Well, she doesn't have to run, and the other Claire has the power of wind. She can move
Are
like
you
the wind.
sure you're Domon's disciples? Unless... I guess...
Excuse me? And what are you doing sneaking around these...
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with... I don't care to talk about that time anymore.
His
So,
senior?
Anzai then.
Wait.
Correct?
Anzai? Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same sword master.
I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness, but Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title, I thought so too at the time. But Domon began me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing.
Sure sounds like he meant business.
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei, too. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction, I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. So you see, I came here not to... Okay, you've heard my story.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. Still, Paimon's not sure we should...
You're saying he isn't? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible?
Nanako, please.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim, and all is certainly not lost. For I received...
Lady Yai? Is that...
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine?
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I'm...
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at... I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sins?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve...
Yeesh.
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct... Anyway, you should join us too, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sins.
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden Shogun from her.
Thank you, Paimon, for saying what I'm thinking. Seriously, don't ever do that again. Okay, if I want a narrator, I'll go find a narrator. Okay. Well, I guess we could teleport here and we'll, climb the summit. No. Oof. Could take a while.
Oh, let me try again.
Okay, I guess, not here. So here? Oh, there we go. Well, meet the TOP, I suppose, top of the mountain. I have now seen the top of the mountain, and you shall worship me as though I were a god. Maybe.
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Oh, no wonder Junya is so excited.
Who?
She has a really striking presence.
Oh, okay, I see her. Right there, in the center of Paimon's name.
Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she... it was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
I mean, you're a short person who floats in the air. If that doesn't get someone's attention, I don't know what will.
Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in—
Lady Yai, it must be a possession. This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what—
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But then did—
Yes. This is a change. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai...
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this— There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught.
I mentioned before that I hate robocallers. Got one just now while I was recording. That was annoying.
Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both?
Lady Yai, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the sword master is filled with twists and turns. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the— When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor sensei.
I'm sorry, Father.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Ansai? Did he follow us the whole way here?
I doubt it. We were climbing cliffs.
Ansai, why are there two of you? Is that you? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, but that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all—
But what if one day, the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day,
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days. I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know is that I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me—
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
But there's only two of you.
Goodness.
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it— So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, you are not in the same position that I was. When I left—
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Meikyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, but as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting— This is my promise. And I humbly—
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong— Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yai.
But she didn't do anything.
So even
Right?
though his ambition was taken away, his disciple—
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some work.
It was Paimon's fault.
My the wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores.
It was Paimon's
For us
fault.
to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment.
Okay.
I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Yai seems to have She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so... We can come back to it another time.
You're not gonna tell me she's, omniscient, right? Right?
By the protection of the Electro Arc. What? Another bad one? Talk to the Electro Arc.
Oh wait, I'm heading in the completely opposite direction. Oh, whoops. Hey, there's a floating rock. Let's go take a look. Much as I'd like to go see Ayaka right now, this rock is calling to me. That was it. That's it. I came all the way over here. That's what you're gonna give me? Little floating purple companion? I've already got one of those. No, I'll just fly over to the house then. I keep saying fly, but it's gliding, you know, falling with style. Oh, slowly descending with grace. This was falling with style. Alright, well, we're here at the Yashiro Commission HQ.
Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Oh, she's gone.
Huh?
Hello, stranger.
Traveler, Paimon. It is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face. I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Short of getting them their vision, Ayaka, how come
Because now that you have done the three things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispense with the screen for Toma also.
And you're also a master ventriloquist.
Oh, wait a second. But isn't Toma your,
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he ever became my attendant.
Paimon Jutsun here.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different.
Thank you
let's
both
just
kindly.
click on that check mark for accept the friend request.
Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those Perhaps in the thunder's roar, lightning's flash, the wind's assault, and the rains. But I believe that surely you understand what I'm. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, you will? Really? Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were right all.
See? I told you she wouldn't reject them. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori Tea House?
Great, tea party, woohoo! But it's a little more serious than that.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway? What makes it your favorite meeting spot?
Wait, is that a vision? Why does she have one?
This is a land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive... Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs.
Oh, Paimon gets it!
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only...
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
Yeah, just want to put this out here, but Paimon doesn't actually understand.
In any case,
She's just
we
thinking
can
about her
talk
next
freely
food.
here. I presume you have a few questions that you wish...
Well, her next food time.
Of course. We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeat, they invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decision. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the Shogun's sudden decision. The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, after all,
Yeah.
it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the vision...
How can they be like that?
Nevertheless, in addition to us...
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting against the decree?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sango no Miya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group.
Okay, so not everybody's lost their vision. Their superpowers.
To say a little more about Sango no Miya, historically, there has always been some but I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement. The almighty Shogun. I've seen her. She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well...
Ooh, Paimon has a question.
Oh? What would you like?
Have you got a plan yet to fight the
To be honest, we do not.
I thought she was going to ask about the snacks served at the tea house.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to challenge...
So...
Well, for the moment, all we can do... For example, by providing Vision Bearers with safe refuge, or manufacture...
You're telling Paimon that there are people...
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article. The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions, has recently been arrested by the Tenryo Commission.
Oh, that's shocker.
Darn. So they found out...
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution. Exactly. I feel the same way. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Nagonohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
Alright, well, since I figure out how to leave, go this way then? Maybe, I don't know. Oh, here's the door. That was actually not far away. Also not far away is the next episode, which, I'll start off with the fireworks place. A puppy. Can I pet the puppy? No? No, I don't get to pet the puppy. That makes me angry.